Hey, Lacey.
Oh, hey, Ashley. Oh.
Are you enjoying the church camping trip?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been a little bit chilly. I've never done camping when it's this cold before. But it's definitely been super exciting. It's been peaceful and quiet and perfect for doing just a little bit of reading. Oh, so I've been loving that.
What are you reading?
I've been reading about some of the teachings of Jesus, and they're found in the gospel books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's really fascinating stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've been talking about how Jesus told a lot of stories, like parables, and how he did a bunch of miracles. And I know that he was even a teacher. Like, they used to call him rabbi, which means teacher.
Yeah, that's right. So the way that Jesus taught, it was as someone who is speaking on behalf of God. And the miracles he did backed his words up.
I guess that makes sense. Because Jesus was showing us, like through his miracles and even the Christmas story, how he was the Son of God. And Jesus coming down to earth was showing us who God is really like. Whew. So, what's the teaching of Jesus you're reading about right now?
Well, this one is pretty cool because it's about what Jesus taught about how God feels about little children. One time, Jesus, he was teaching and healing the crowds when some people started bringing their children to him so that he could pray for them. But the disciples didn't like that, and they tried to send them away.
That's not very nice. Why would they do that?
Well, you see, I learned that in Jesus's day, children, they weren't really seen as that important. They didn't have rights of their own, so the disciples, they probably thought that they were just getting in the way of the important work that Jesus was doing.
Wow, that's terrible, because children are just as important as adults.
That's right, and that's what Jesus taught. He told his disciples to stop sending the children away, and he spoke to them kindly, and he prayed for all of them. By doing that, he was going against what society expected of him and showing what God's heart is really like. That God loves and cares about the little children just as much as he cares about the adults.
Whew, I'm glad he cleared that one up. You know, everybody makes mistakes, like planning a church camping trip in January.
Yup, and even though we make mistakes, we know that God still loves us and forgives us. We just have to do our best to follow Jesus' example and ask God to help us to become more loving and kind to everyone, because we know that everyone is valuable to God.
That's true, Lacey. Thank you for sharing this teaching of Jesus with me. I'm going in my tent now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.